I'm reading from the Good News Bible version. One day the Lord spoke to Jonah, son of Amittai. He said, "Go to Nineveh, that great city, and speak out against it. I am aware how wicked its people are." Jonah, however, set out in the opposite direction in order to get away from the Lord. He went to Joppa, where he found a ship about to go to Spain. He paid his fare and went abroad with the crew to sail to Spain, where it would be away from the Lord. But the Lord sent a strong wind. Say, the Lord sent a strong wind on the sea, and the storm was so violent that the ship was in danger of breaking up. We jump to chapter 3 from verse 1. Once again, the Lord spoke to Jonah. He said, "Go to Nineveh, that great city, and proclaim to the people the message I have given you." So Jonah obeyed and went to Nineveh, a city so large that it took 3 days to walk through it. Jonah started through the city, and after walking a whole day, he proclaimed, "In 40 days, Nineveh will be destroyed." Now let's jump to verse 8 of chapter 3. All persons and animals must wear sackcloth. Everyone must pray earnestly to God and must give up his wicked behavior and his evil actions. Perhaps God will change his mind. Perhaps he will stop being angry and we will not die. God saw what they did. He saw that they had given up their wicked behavior, so he changed his mind and did not punish them as he had said he would. Amen? Amen. So, this is Jonah. God said to him, "Jonah, go to Nineveh." And he decided that, well, no, Lord, thank you. I'm going to go to Spain. I don't blame him. Spain is a beautiful place, isn't it? And he said, "I'm going to go to Spain." And he decided to go to Spain. You know what's so scary, actually, I'd say, about what the Bible says in chapter 1, verse 3, is that he paid his fare. Actually, he decided to completely go in the opposite direction and go as far away from God as possible. And actually went as far as paying to be out of God's will, and paid to get on a boat. And the Bible says that the Lord sent a strong and violent wind, and there was a storm. I say to you, neighbor, none of storms are sent from the Lord. None of storms are sent from the Lord. And I'll just title this briefly: the storm has a purpose. The storm has got a purpose. Jonah, in all of that, in the boat, obviously the storm came. The guys on the boat are like, "What's happening?" Then they, cast the lot to be read through, and they found out that it's Jonah, and they decided to throw him into the storm as it is, and he got swallowed by, a fish, and he stayed there, where he then kind of reflected what was going through his mind when he was in that wind, in that storm, before the Lord actually got him into the fish. And eventually he ended up going, and when he got there, it took him 3 days to get there. When I first thought of this, I thought, wow, Jonah, how can God tell you something and you completely go in the opposite direction? But it's reality, isn't it? There's so many times that God tells us something and we just completely shy of it. And I don't blame Jonah. Imagine God telling you something so bigger than you. I mean, if God has said go to a city, the message in itself is quite a strong one. Go tell them I'm going to destroy them in 40 days. Apart from that, he's going to have to work like 3 days to get. I mean, it's such a lot of work. There's a lot of hassle, you think about it. So it took the easy way out. And sometimes the Lord placed things on our hearts. And I could tell from the life of Jonah that he was walking with God. He had a relationship with God. For God to speak to him, he heard. And for God to actually get to the place of trusting him to say, "I want you to be the one to deliver this message." It means that God counted him worthy, but he didn't count himself worthy. He depended on his own strength and his own ability. And I wanted to just highlight that he paid the fare. The thing is, there's always price. No matter which side of the coin we decide to choose, whether the world, whether earthly things, or we decide to choose godly things, there's always a price. The only thing is the devil is so deceptive in the way he makes it look that we're not paying a price to choose the things of the world. There's always a price to pay. The price to pay for him to go to Nineveh is he was going to have to walk, he was going to have to deliver a message that people probably not like him, and the price to rule the world is, he almost got drowned. But there was a purpose to that storm. And one of that is God was showing his mercy to Jonah. You know, he could have easily chosen somebody else. And that just goes to show that God doesn't give up on us. He just doesn't give us one chance and then we're like, no, and it's like, all right, forget it. Let me find somebody else. You know, he doesn't give up on us. He keeps going. And it's like they say that, you know, it will leave the 99 and chase after that one. And that's what he did with Jonah. You know, what God did, that storm was an expression of God's mercy to Jonah. It was a storm to align Jonah back into his purpose and his will for him. It was a storm to save Jonah from the price of disobedience. You know, in Isaiah 3, the Bible says that Jerusalem and Judea fell because their tongues, their words, and their actions were against what the Lord had told them. God was trying to save him from the price of disobedience. You know, our obedience is someone's deliverance. Because if God didn't push on to Jonah and send that storm, I mean, I'm pretty sure God told him in the nice and still voice, and God saw that, okay, that didn't work. Let me use a storm. And that's the way God works with us, isn't it? Sometimes. Have you ever gone through something where you went through so much hard time and you're just like, God, I didn't understand it. But at the end of it, you're like, oh, I get it. I have to stop. And literally, so God decided to try again and push for Jonah. And I just wanted to say something. You might probably, as you know, as you're listening, thinking about a storm that you're going through, or there's something that God has been prickling in your heart, and you're just like, no, another week, or maybe next month, Lord, I will try it. And God is just reminding you day after day after day. I say to you, just take it. You don't want a storm, okay? The still voice is nice, all right? So in the end, Jonah repents. He thinks it through. He thinks about everything, and he decides to go to Nineveh. And obviously, it tells them what's going to happen. And you know, the people decide that, you know what, we don't want to die. We're going to repent. You know, and they decide to fast, decide to wear sackcloth, and they just prayed, you know, with that hoping that the Lord would be merciful, and God was merciful. And you know, it showed that storm was because the Lord didn't want to wipe out his children. Imagine wiping out a whole city, a city that takes 3 days to walk through. That's a lot of people. So that storm was not only for the sake of Jonah, but it was also for the sake of his people. You know, like I said, that your obedience can be someone's deliverance. It can also be someone's open door to their destiny. It can be someone's, you know, one step to their blessing. It can be that the Lord is saying, start this business, but then it will be someone's means of living when you employ them. You know, so and that's one of the reasons that the Lord had to send that storm. You know, the thing is, God would not take an action without sending a warning. And that's why he really persevered. Like, Jonah, come on, I can't just write them off without telling them first. It would always tell us so many times before it takes an action. You know, I heard of Auntie Oluchi's testimony on the plane. I wasn't at church, but I heard his mom that was telling me about it. And I got thinking that, why is it tithes that she talked about? She could have told God and promised God about anything else. Why was it a tithe? Could it be that he's been ministering it to her in her personal life so many times, so often and often, that he decides to use the storm? Remember, the boat experienced the storm because of Jonah. Who knows whether that turbulence was because of Auntie? Okay. You know, I'm just saying, could it be because worried about anything else, but she thought about the tithes. Is it that he's been ministering to her so many times, apart from her earlier at church, even in her pastor life? Could it be that he wanted her to give so that he can press down, shaking together and running over for her? But he couldn't because the lack of tithes was limiting her. Could it be that she's going to face a storm and she's going to need that point where she comes to, when God says, prove me now and try me? Could she be that she's going to go for a storm where she's going to need to say that, but if she doesn't have a tithe, she won't be able to? The mercy of God. You know, the storm can also be to strengthen our faith. It can be to strengthen our faith. You know, the Bible says in 1 Peter 1:7 that the trial of our faith will bring out, at the end of it, when it comes out, so precious than gold, it will then become a praise and an honor to Jesus. I've just paraphrased that. And I will use Auntie Benny's experience when she was at the theater and she saw a light. Do you think that if she goes through a similar storm, or she knows someone that's going through that storm, she won't be able to say to them, be strong in the Lord, be encouraged. I know that He can do it because He's done it for me. Our faith is strengthened. You know, Job went through what he went through, but I mean, after that, the man had faith through the whole storm still, but even after that, I'm sure it was a whole level, another level completely of faith. Our faith is strengthened in the Lord. I want us to look at the life of Jesus. I mean, He faced the storm. We'll read in Luke 22, from verse 41. It says, then he went off from them about the distance of a stone's throw, and knelt down and prayed, Father, he said, if you will, take this cup of suffering away from me. And then he goes to say, not my will, however, but your will be done. An angel from heaven appeared to him and strengthened him. In great anguish he prayed even more fervently. You know, sometimes we can think a storm is a bad storm. I mean, Peter thought the storm that was coming for Jesus was a bad storm. And Jesus, recognizing that he was praying a prayer that would pray him out of God's will for him, he said to him, get thee behind me, Satan. And you know, sometimes that's why when we are facing something, it's so important whom we run to. We run to God. To know this storm, where is it from? It will let us know. And then you need to then ask, what's the purpose for the storm? You know, Jesus understood the purpose, the reason. We know why Jesus had to go through that. We wouldn't be here if he didn't go through that. And you know, I love Jesus' honesty in his prayer. Take this cup away. He didn't try to pretend as if, yes, I can do it. It was for real, like, Lord, take this cup away, but take it away, it's overwhelming, it seems too big. But however, all that being said and done, your will will not mine. You know, can I implore us to be like Jesus? Amen. You know, Jonah ran out of God's will, Jesus ran into his will. And the amazing thing about the scripture already in Luke 22 is the Bible says the angels were sent to strengthen them. The thing is, the strength you get to face the storm and to go through the storm is from the presence of God. It's from going to God and saying, God, this storm. You know, I feel like we sing the song, Lord, I look to you, I won't be overwhelmed. But I feel like Jesus really lived that song. But the question is, do we really look up to Jesus in that storm? You know, some storms we've got to go through to step into purpose. You know, we were having breakfast during the conference on it was Thursday, and Pastor just randomly asked, why do you think God takes us through trials? And Auntie Lily was responding that, you know, it's to bring us back to to where He wants us to. And then He was like, well, you see, if He doesn't do that, then we won't. A storm can also be the love of God towards us. The love of God towards us. And my prayer is that, as we go and seek the Lord, that, Lord, what is the point of this stage that I'm at? The pastor always says, we can be coming out of a storm, going through one, or you're in one. Whatever stage it is, what's the purpose of it? And my prayer to us is a prayer that was prayed in 2 Kings 6. When Elisha prayed and said, open his eyes, that he must see, verse 17, 6:17. And the Lord opened his eyes. I'll read verse 16. It says, and he answered, fear not. I'm saying to someone today, fear not, for they that with us are more than they that are with them. When Jesus was being taken to be crucified, it looked as though he was falling. But the Bible says in Micah 7:8, rejoice not, rejoice not, my enemy, for when I fall, I will rise again. The confidence that Micah had is in the second part of that verse. Micah 7:8. The Bible says, when I'm in darkness, the Lord will be in my light. Yeah. So we could say that. It could say that. It could say that confidence, because it knows the Lord that is served. And for us to know the Lord that is served, it comes from having that relationship and building that relationship with God. So may I implore us to be like Jesus and run to the Lord in the storm, so that we don't miss the purpose of the storm. Amen. Hallelujah.